When I got out of the military, I had a hard time translating my military experience into the civilian world. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't for my wife, I probably would have been that homeless or impoverished vet. But it can be easier with the right support. I'm Mark Casper, and I'm the Executive Director of Tech4Troops. In today's world, you have to have a computer to be able to apply for jobs. Our mission is to empower veterans in need with computers and training to get back in the workforce.
Here at Tech4Troops, we're here to push you forward to get you back to where you want to be in life. When the veterans come in, I teach them everything you could think of that's done with a computer. I want them to feel that this is a tool that's going to help them get their life back.
I went into a kind of a deep depression. Eventually, I lost my job and I was out on the street. The computer was able to connect me to the web, and I was able to start putting resumes out. And you have to have these small building blocks to get from point A to point B. I'm not worried about employment anymore.
The need is great, and we want to be able to support our veterans across the nation.
All right, welcome everyone to the Tech4Troops Cup Series, and we are tonight at Martinsville Speedway with the second round and our second race in our playoff battle. Thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. I'm Rick Souza here with my co-broadcaster John Durudris, and John, we're qualifying.
Yeah, we are qualifying here at Martinsville, and Rick, this is the second race in the round of 10, and this is your second to last shot to make it into the championship 4 in 2 weeks. So this is a race where you have to be on point. Like, this is a big opportunity for maybe some guys who you may not expect to be up there battling within the top 3-4 positions in points to maybe make a splash. But this race has been a treacherous one for some of the most successful champions we've had in the past here at the Tech4Troops Cup Series. So, Rick, it's going to be a wild battle tonight here in the Martinsville Tech4Troops 250. Right now, Nathan Harper, second driver to make it in the sub-19s. And with that being said, we now go to the little bit of track facts. So 250 laps, we got 35 miles an hour, which is crawling down pit road, absolutely crawling. No quick repairs, 5 sets of tires, 50% fuel, 3 green-white checkers. And, Rick, we've had races here before where tires haven't mattered.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect tonight. It should be very interesting. Again, 250 laps here. It certainly takes a lot of patience. And speaking of what it takes here, why don't we cover your track facts for tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's Martinsville. It's a playoff race, and there's really only one thing that comes to the top of my mind when it comes to the most important thing and my most important key. It's got to be track position. You have to be up in the front now. again, you could spin, you could have a wreck up in the front, but with the way we've seen these races go in the past, you got to be up there, within the top 3, maybe 4 rows. If you're not, your chances of winning purely on speed just fall dramatically down. So track position's key. The second thing is to survive. Martinsville is one of the most treacherous tracks on the circuit. These cars are loose off corner exit. We've seen the turn 2 and the turn 4, specifically Monster, bite these guys all the time. And so with that being said, you have to survive. And then the third thing you have to focus on is corner exit. Like I just mentioned, corner exit is probably, specifically out of 4, corner exit out of 4 is one of the toughest. It's one of the toughest corners to actually get around here at Martinsville. So you have to master corner exit on turn 4. But after that, though, I think track position is the most important thing.
Absolutely. So right now we are in the middle of a playoff battle. Let's just cover quickly our playoff standings right now. Chris Worrell, coming off that win last week, has punched his ticket to the Final Four. But, right now it's pretty tight. Lilith Peters is right there with 3,042, and Chuck Van Scoik and Garrett Johnson tied essentially for positions 3 and 4. But really, we're all within striking distance between first and last. To break that 340, there's only 17 points that separates 10th to 4th.
And especially in this race, I mean, if you finish last, 17 points is, the difference between, first and 19th. It takes that little when you don't have that big of a field. So you have to think about that when you come to a race like this and, focus on qualifying up at the front. And I think it's going to be very important for those guys that are in the back of the point standings to make their way around this track successfully. I think it's going to be very important to stay out of trouble. And with no quick repairs at Martinsville, it's purely, it's every man for himself. It's going to be a tough race. We always see this here at Martinsville, but hey, could we see, I don't know, do we ban the Ross Chastain move here? Is that legal? Who knows what we're going to see? I
think that's pretty. I think iRacing itself has basically banned that move. So we'll just see what happens today. Qualifying has finished, and we should be able to bring you that starting order. That grid should be up momentarily.
All right. Yep, I see the cars all populating on the front stretch here of Martinsville. All righty, here we go. So here is your starting lineup for tonight's Tech4Troops 250 presented by Tech4Troops and Goat Racing diecast. You have Nathan Harper on the pole, the first driver and the only driver to get into this, 19 fours. Then you have Chuck Van Scoik there in second, James Lowe in third, Sammy Harrell in fourth, Chris Farrell in fifth, Aaron Jackson in sixth. Strong running for Goat Diecast, second, fourth, and sixth. Lilith Peters in seventh, Zach Ward in eighth, Jeff Nairn in ninth, and Ryan Pittman rounds out your top 10.
Ty Bosick with MB2 is in 11th. Cody Sturgill is in 12th. In 13th, Justin Horton. In 14th, Mike Slagder. 15th is Christoph Hall. 16th is Phil Vandertwick. 17th is Garrett Johnson. 18th is John Ledger. Marco Berube is in 19th. Maurice Burnett is in 20th. And Ryan Cook finishes up the field in 21st. All right, so if this is your first time watching since our playoffs have started, if you see a driver shown in blue, either in the crawl across the top or in the tower off to the left of the screen, that indicates that driver is in the playoffs and is fighting to get into the finale at Homestead.
And what I think, looking at the way that this race has played out in the past, track position is going to be important, and maybe even more important than tires. We've seen before where, especially even in the actual Cup Series, you can ride around on the same tires for a while because there's just looks no wear. Now, we've had updates. We've had updates to the damage model, to the tire models fairly recently with the new season of iRacing Unleashing. So, what we know about this track is very little at this current moment. So we may see these drivers fall off. But that's one thing we're going to keep you aware of, is what the tire fall off is. Once the field goes green, I'll be keeping track of those numbers here at Martinsville, so we'll be able to see what we got going. But Rick, it's a tough night on heat. It's 73 degrees in the air, but 116 on the track. It's a little toasty.
Yep, it is absolutely going to be very toasty on the track, which translates into tire temperature, which is as bad as wear. So we'll see how this all plays out. This is an easy track to overcook your tires, and that will affect your ability to make that turn. And this is all about corner entry and then getting out, as John indicated, corner exit. And you can't exit if you don't enter properly here. And this is so simple to make one mistake that will loop you around. And with no quick repair, you got trouble.
You do. I anticipate a fuel run to last anywhere between 95 to 100 laps. So on the current fuel. So we'll see how that will align. But pace car's off. The 4 of Nathan Harper is going to lead the field to the green flag, which is flying in the air here at Martinsville Speedway. The field dives down into turn 1, always an exciting corner, one of the most exciting in racing.
Well, this is
clears.
This is just over a half-mile track, so this is super easy to make a mistake because you're misjudging corner entry, especially here where you've got you're so close racing. It's super easy to not, to understand or misunderstand the guy in front of you and really just run him over.
Yeah, I mean that's corner entry and braking, and that's one thing that you will have to adjust. At least the way that I prefer to do it is you have to adjust your brake bias depending on how well your tires are working. See the car of the 23 slide up right there in the middle of turn 1 and turn 2. It's going to open the door for the 4 car, which has, lost the lead with James Lowe now taking the point here off to almost a full second lead on lap 4. But you can adjust your brake bias, which will also help the car handle on ride height a little bit. And so, when you adjust that brake bias and where the brakes are applied, you may be able to just either save a little tire or even help your car on the back end maintain speed. So right now, fastest time on the track was a 20.247, which is now topped by a 20.098 for Nathan Harper there in P2. So track still very green, still very clean, but right now, looks like everybody's single file. Very nice, very orderly.
Yeah, nose to tail as we get through this, and the field is already beginning to spread out a bit. Again, we've said this before. These are the types of tracks that you either love it or you hate it, and it will show how you run it. And so if you're good in short tracks and you are...
we're wrecking. Christoph Hall in turn entry to turn 3, I believe, was sideways.
John Ledger, Ryan Pittman, and Mike Slagter may have also been involved in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I saw Christoph sliding, made a great save to not hit the water barrels, which they did move.
We're falling behind the 98 of Christoph Hall. Nothing so far, but
might happen right here. See, you got a little loose right there. See if the 20 and the 98 have different braking points.
He got sent by the 20 of Johnson.
Yeah. Difference in braking points right there. Let's see what happened in the 19 of John Ledger, and I always applaud him for that scheme. And a turn 4 monster bit him. And that actually is probably what caused the caution.
Yeah, because he stopped on the track like that. Also,
yeah.
I think we'll take a look behind the 08. That's Christoph Hall in front. And then a little bit of a stack up.
Yeah, I don't think Christoph actually caused that. I think it was the 19 at the same exact time, causing that last caution. But you see Marco Berube there and the 19 of John Ledger on pit road as we have our first caution. Hey, Rick, you know what lap it is?
Yeah, I certainly do. Welcome to lap
Trend.
10.
Welcome to the trend. It is here.
So, a little bit of a shout out to Ty Bostic. Ty is currently up there running in 10th, and it's his birthday.
Oh, congratulations, Ty. Maybe he can bring home a win and lock himself into the championship 4
There you
out
go.
of Rockingham, North Carolina. NB2 Motorsports driver.
All right, so short tracks, we have a little bit of a longer laps under caution, but we'll see how it all plays out. It's like the race admin has kind of, maybe he's shortened it a little bit because we are already ready to go back to green flag racing. James Lowe is in control of the restart.
And green flag back in the air.
Good move by the 07 of James Lowe. He's got his teammate behind him in the 06 of Chris Morrell. He's battling door to door with the 4 of Nathan Harper.
Right now, the 07 and the 06 look really strong, Rick. I mean, I'm watching their speed through the corners. I'm watching how they attack the corner exit. They got it all working for them in that camp.
Yeah, solid laps being turned with solid lines being run, which is what you need here. This is, this is affectionately called the paperclip, but it's just because it's symmetrical, and certainly it requires symmetry in your line. You've got to really hit your marks, know when to enter, where to exit, how to get on and off your brakes, and to be able to do it for 250 laps.
Yeah, that is, I know there's turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, but you're turning the same amount of time. I mean, 500 there, technically 1,000 corners if you want to consider it. But still, doing that over and over and over again, it's why, the guys who are really good at rhythm love this track. Because you can almost, if you think about it, you can almost, obviously tires, make a difference, but you can almost use the sound of the car to know when you're supposed to brake. How the car looks when you're going into a corner. It's enough, repetition to where if you can get a good rhythm down, you're just out there and you're just cranking it out. You're like clockwork,
Absolutely. So watching the folks up front, we'll drop back and take a look back in 6th. So this is 6th, 7th, and 8th here. That's Zach Ward, Aaron Jackson, Lilith Peters right there running in 8th. Christoph Hall is up to 9th. 10th is Cody Sturgill in that 64. A little farther back, you've got the 27 of Jeff Nairn and Ty Bostic behind. Those are both NB2 Motorsports drivers. Ryan Pittman is on the bumper of the 22. That's the 08. And behind him, Justin Horton and Kaiju Cat in the 39. Philip Vandertwick in the 48. And Mike Slagder battling with Garrett Johnson there. We were just talking about in the pre-race and getting ready for tonight's show, just the improvements that we've seen over the years. We've been covering this league, and in particular Mike Slagder, and how what a tremendous driver he has turned into.
A tremendous driver, and he always has great paint schemes. Gotta say, he always does a good job on that as well, and been privileged enough to race against privileged enough to get raced against him in some official races, and he always is a very respectful driver there. So shout out to Mike in the 14, currently running all the way back in 17th, but that does not indicate how good he is there at all. Much better than that. There's the 8 of Maurice Burnett.
And the 99 of Marco Berube in that gold.
That flashy 99. That's exactly what I was just going to say. I heard paint scheme, my ears perked up, and then Marco Berube comes around the corner, and I'm distracted.
Yeah, that's Jason Parker with Tech4Troops joining us here in the booth, as he usually does on Wednesday nights. Absolutely, we're just kind of going through the drivers, and Marco's always got the flashiest car.
He does. What a pleasure to be here, guys. I'm very grateful for you welcoming me back week after week. The Cup Series is something that we at Tech4Troops are extremely proud of. And I just want to thank everyone from you guys doing broadcast level announcing and media for it, to the drivers, to the fans that are out. It truly is because of each and every one of you that we've been able to keep doing this. The thing that makes me most proud this weekend, I know I've been tagging it forever, ImmerseCon is finally here. So this Saturday and Sunday, we will have a booth dedicated to our new custom-built SimSeats iRacing rig. And we will, in addition to be giving people that haven't yet experienced anything like what we do, we're going to give them a few laps around the Richmond Raceway. We'll give away a couple of our new hoodies to the fastest laps that day. But another thing that very interested, and I'm doing it right now. Even as we see the number 22, I know that that's one of the cars that's going to be printed out and put on the backdrop display when we're out there. So you guys are just nailing it with how good everything looks, and it's just more than I ever could have asked for. And now that we are expanding, we're looking to bring more people into iRacing and more people to the Cup Series. I don't want anyone to have any illusions that I forgot where we came from. We are going to be displaying a lot of the races that have gone on as video on demand during the convention. So if you have the opportunity to make it to Henrico, which is in Richmond, Virginia, please come by. If you can't afford it, please contact me through the Discord and we can work something out. But this is something really special. We're doing a lot of stuff for the veteran community and with the veteran community as far as reaching out. So I really appreciate you guys again having me. I love this partnership. It means the world to me, and I'm so proud that we're able to grow it even more. If you are not in the Richmond area this weekend and you want to get some sneak peeks behind the convention backdrop, as they say, check out our Discord, check out our Twitch. I'm so happy that Tech4Troops can include IWM when it comes to reaching a handout to veterans and members of the community that need that. As I've said the past couple weeks, the decision for the car of the week is not mine alone to make anymore. So we will post that for you guys in the Discord, and I will be contacting you directly if you have won the prize. But again, I just can't say enough good things about our relationship and being there with you guys every week. It means the world to me.
We feel the same way, Jason, and we're looking forward to those posted pictures from this show.
Alrighty.
All
Thank
right.
you. And Jason, love having him in the booth, and just in time for the green flag, Rick, back here at Martinsville. I'm curious who's going to get the scheme skirmish of the race award. There's a lot of good-looking cars out there tonight in this one.
Absolutely. So we're under caution here, only our second caution of the night, for a little bit of a bump up between Ty Bostic and I think and Justin Horton. Those guys got it straightened out, and we are back underway here. James Lowe continues to show us the way, but there's a side-by-side battle between Chris Morrell and, well, that got straightened out. Oh, see, it's spinning in the back.
Aaron Jackson spinning, going to get hit. No, he's not. Great dodge there. Oh, everybody slow down. I think that was Christoph Hall. I would love to see this from his view. I believe that's who it was. What a save. But what also a near miss by the 98.
Go back and take a look. Let's go back and do let's get a replay here.
Yo! Moving the race so far?
So far, yeah, absolutely. Good reaction time there with that's the 98 of Christoph Hall, avoiding the spinning Aaron Jackson right in front of his face. All right, our third caution of the night for a spin by Aaron Jackson. I think pretty much everybody survived that. Looks like someone's getting a lap back. Just a handful of drivers who are down. What happened to Nathan Harper?
I'm not sure.
Wonder if he got an EOL.
Let me look through some of the admin notes here. No? Not sure.
All right, maybe
Could this
he
be
just,
strategy?
Yeah, maybe he just said, "Hey, I'm going to go in and get tires." Because as we said earlier on, we're just now on lap 38. There's no stage break. Really, it's really you can go nearly with these cautions almost 100 miles, or I'm sorry, 100 laps under the full tank of fuel. So it's really going to be tire wear.
Absolutely, it is.
All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break while we're away. Well, we may wait. Let's go back and look. The laps happen so fast here. Don't want to miss a restart, so we'll just pause and we'll tell the booth they can run that commercial next time. All of our commercials these days, except we need to, are almost all side-by-sides, so you don't miss anything by seeing those sponsor videos. All right, here we go. Lights are off on our pace car. Nathan Harper is just getting out of the pits.
Yeah, he is. Interesting. I'm wondering why.
Well, he's not getting out of the pits. He's still in the pits, just hitting his pit stall. Just topping off fuel, maybe.
All right. Well, we're about to go green flag racing here. Green flag back in the air here at Martinsville.
Now, because it's a short track and you don't lose, these cars have so much power, you don't really lose much, but just getting on and off pit road, it's 35 miles an hour, so, not a bad strategy. He still stays on the lead lap, but he is the last car on the lead lap.
That is going to be tough. That is going to be tough to get back for that team and that driver. But what we know, we have a lot of action going on all over the track here at Martinsville. Looking at some of the deltas here.
Just looking at Zach Ward trying to get around the 64 of Cody Sturgill. A little bit of a bump there. And we are single file back for the most part, looking through this field. And this is where I think some of this danger comes into play, because, you know, you may have to bail out if you don't have the right traction, or, you know, your braking is different than the guy in front. Everything affects how you get in and out of these corners.
Mm-hmm.
See Mike Slider. Oh, car spinning in the back.
Oh, that's hard. I think that's Horton.
That's the 39 of Justin Horton. Green flag is still, we're still under. He's trying to get it underway, but here comes the leaders.
Yeah, I think that tolling might be broken. I don't think he's going to be able to turn this car once he gets into the corner. Oh, yep, it's tight. It is tight. That right wheel
Like he's
looks a
able
little
to,
bent to me.
Yeah, no, maybe think it's okay, but still, he's right now he is in the mid pack, and he is going to wind up running through the field as guys pass him. Yeah, he definitely has some issues there. He's staying up high to try and avoid.
Oh, we've got a car spinning 48 sideways. Back going forward.
That's Philip Vandertwick looping it around. Green stays out. You can tell, just looking, there's a breakaway group. That's Lowe, Worrell, Van Skyke, and Lilith Peters. They're out by themselves, a bit of gap between themselves and the 7 of Zach Ward, Cody Sturgill, Christoph Hall, and a gaggle of guys here running mid-pack. Nathan Harper has made his way past a couple drivers. He made his way past Marco Berube and Philip Vandertwick, and now he's chasing down the 22 of Bostic.
Yeah, this race has gotten fairly crazy here in the last few laps, and what I've noticed is that the lap times, you know, it's been, you know, a little bit fall off, about 3 to 5 tenths, but not terrible after 50 laps.
No, not at all. When you consider, like, you know, Chris Worrell last lap by was a 20.55, and his best time was a 20.14, so that's just, you know, just 3.5 tenths. Of course, we have had 3 cautions. That certainly affects it. And a 4th caution.
All right, yep, we got, I think that's Jeff Nairn possibly.
Maybe Ryan D. Cook, maybe? Let's go back and look.
Yeah, a couple things came up on my screen. Yeah, he's dirt tracking it right there, and whoop.
He loops it around.
Kind of surprised it actually caused a caution, to be honest.
Yeah, he didn't really come to a complete halt.
And he wasn't that, I mean, he was sideways, but not that sideways.
Right. So we got a number of drivers who are on pit road now. Cody Sturgill, Lilith Peters, Christoph Hall, Garrett John. Well, pretty much a good bit of the field is now making their way down onto pit road. James Lowe and Chris Worrell, the leaders, Chuck Van Scoik, all stayed out, as did Zach Ward. Jeff Nairn did as well. So good opportunity for those guys to pick up some track position. Nathan Harper back down onto pit road. Wouldn't hurt him, obviously. Probably better. He'll pick up some spots.
But that's our 4th caution of the evening here at Martinsville Speedway. We appreciate everybody for tuning in to this race brought to you by the IWM Broadcast Network, the Tech4Troops Cup Series in the Tech4Troops 250. Rick, let me ask you this. Are you a fan of Martinsville? Do you like racing Martinsville?
Yeah, well, no. So,
You're
so
like,
well,
nah.
I'll tell you what. So, I don't mind it, but for the very reason that Martinsville is one of those tracks that most drivers struggle with, and when you're out and you're at Martinsville and you're running here, um, people don't put in the time it takes to practice this track. And it's just very hard. Granted, if you're just going to run around and by yourself, it's a lot of fun. But when you're now with your 15, 20, 30 competitors out here, especially on the iRacing platform where you're doing it in an official race, a lot of guys just figure, it's a half mile, I can do this. And you just can't. It really takes a lot of time. And because of that, I shy away from it.
Yep, I agree with you. I think I'm a big fan of rhythm tracks, and this is one of those for sure. And I agree. It's all about the time you put into racing and into this specific track when you go to race. I mean, I guess that's just life. The amount of time and effort you put into things, you're gonna reap the benefits of that.
Now,
so I agree.
Off iRacing, in real life, this is one of the best tracks on the NASCAR circuit. It kind of falls in the same realm as Bristol, in my opinion, because there's not a bad seat on the entire track. It's a historical track. It's a classic NASCAR event, and it's a lot of fun.
Yep, for sure. I completely agree.
And you get a clock. Who doesn't like getting a clock?
Exactly. Who doesn't like getting a clock? I'm curious who's going to get their virtual grandfather clock tonight. Right now, it looks pretty good for that 07 who is leading this event right now. But here comes the 06 of Chris Farrell, and I believe that is the 23 machine of Chuck Van Scoik there into P3.
And Sammy Harrell.
Yeah.
Sammy's moved up to fourth. He started in fourth, and he's still in fourth.
Go Racing, very strong showing tonight. Oh, got a car really loose into turn one. Kind of got moved a little bit. They all straightened it out and figured it out for now.
Looking back here, you got the 27 of Jeff Neer that was on the outside there. Thought someone was blinking there for a second. Now this is one of those tracks where it's not aerodynamically dependent. So you may see as this race progresses, some guys that may be going around missing a bumper, or there's Nathan Harper. Oh, he takes out the 27, but nope,
he's going to come back down. And hit again. Yep. Multiple hits.
Definitely some contact there. But you happen to see that one live here at lap 60. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network.
Hello, my name is Jack Raymondson. I manage business development here at Tech4Troops, and I'm my second year with this amazing veteran nonprofit owned and operated by veterans for veterans. I served in the U.S. Marine Corps as an amphibious assault crewman from 1992 to 1996. I also served in the U.S. Coast Guard from 2002 to 2007, joining after 9/11 as an operations specialist, then serving as an instructor at Coast Guard Training Center, Yorktown. I also spent many years as a first responder volunteering as an EMT and fireman. I'm here at Tech4Troops because I believe in our mission to empower veterans and their families with the gift of computers and technology training, as well as our outreach to help curb veteran suicide while providing a safe and meaningful community where veterans are treated with respect and dignity. We are aiming for zero veteran suicide through gaming and other program opportunities. We help veterans regain a new sense of purpose and help them see they have a brighter future ahead of them. It truly is an honor and my pleasure to serve my fellow veterans and help give them a leg up. 2024 is Tech4Troops' 10th anniversary year, and I ask that you help us support our veterans and their families with a computer donation and or greatly needed financial contribution so we can help every last veteran in need. Together, you and Tech4Troops can be change makers. Thank you.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops 250 here at Martinsville, and thanks for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network. We've got a caution here on lap 63 for a spin that involved the 4 of Nathan Harper and the 27 of Jeff Nairn. Our leaders chose this opportunity to, well, we were saying that, most of our leaders took this opportunity to go into the pits and get fuel and tires, but there's one driver who has decided that he is going to stay out, and that is the 23 of Chuck Van Scoik.
Yeah, maybe he was listening to what we were talking about pre-race, you know.
Well, looking at tire fall off, that has not been a factor much at all since, again, 5th caution after 64 laps. Can't really say he's got much wear.
I'm curious how the field's going to handle that, though. I mean, are we going to see some stack-ups, any lockups? A lot that could happen on the restart.
Well, but that does put our fastest guys, Chris Worrell and James Lowe, back in 12th and 13th. So we'll see how that affects them. Jeff Nairn, who's involved in that spin, is 16th. Nathan Harper back to 18th as they try to work their way back up through the field.
That is tough. Well, here we go. We're about to get the green flag back underway here at Martinsville. You got the 23 as the control car. He enters the zone, and we are green flag racing here at Martinsville again. 43 down low, 23 up high. Goat Racing 1, 2, 3 as it stands, but looks like Aaron Jackson's going to try to make a splash into the top 3.
Really, 1, 2, 3, 4. Van Scoik, Harold, Jackson, and Sturgill all are Goat Racing drivers.
Absolutely. And right now, the 23 is doing all right. I mean, he can stay out there. I mean, he just ran a 20.4. Sammy ran a 20.37. So it's there.
It sure is. Mike Slacker.
Oh, we're wrecking in the back. Mike Slacker in the wall. No caution.
Caution does not come out. That put Mike at the tail end of the lead lap. Looking back up to our former leaders prior to that pit stop. We're watching the 07 and the 06 try to work their way back up through traffic.
Tough break. See the 08, the 06, and the 07 all battling right there. The 08 on the top side. The 07 there right behind his teammate. Car spinning on the backstretch. They're wrecking. 07, so 06 sideways. Tagged somebody else. I think that's the 7 car. No caution yet. A lot of contacts for that 06 machine who sideways again now gets spun around and the car backwards on the front stretch.
07. That's the 07 backwards.
07 might. I don't think he towed, but on my side he disappeared. Maybe it was a blinking issue or something. I don't know, but yeah, that brings out our 6th caution of the night.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. He's just gone.
It says that
disconnected.
He is retired. Yep, disconnected. He is retired from the race. Well, Rick, what does that do for playoffs?
Well, I think the same thing we saw with him before. You know, we have seen the 07 of James Lowe have connection issues in the past, and I know that he just recently moved. So we, as much as we project that this is live and as real as this computer simulation can be, you're really at the mercy of your racing rig in your home and your internet connection. We're at that same mercy here in the broadcast booth. So we hope he can get reconnected and rejoin the race.
We hope so, and I will let you know if I see him come back into the screen.
All right. I think that Chuck Van Scoik did take this opportunity to come down onto pit road, as well as Aaron Jackson here around lap 72. And they were able to, looks like Chuck took, if I had to guess, it may have been fuel only. It's an 8-second stop, 8.4 second stop. I'm not sure if that was enough to do right side. We can go back and look. Let's see if we can see. Yeah, that's a fuel only stop.
Yep. Interesting call.
Well, he's happy with his tires.
Obviously.
Yep. Well, you've got three drivers on pit road: Mike Slagler, Nathan Harper, and Justin Horton. Everybody else is back out, except for John. I think John Ledger has retired, as well as James Lowe. So 19 cars still in this event. 75 laps in the books. And our 6th caution of the night. Just looking through Discord to see if James Lowe is still in the Discord. I don't even see him in the Discord. So,
not sure what happened there. Not sure at all.
All right, looks like Sammy Harrell is now going to be the control car. And he takes the green flag to get this race back underway.
Alrighty, we got a lot of guys out front here that have not been out front yet. That Sammy Harrell looked to be inside his 20. He's going to take a look, shuts the door, but here comes a 20 again. 20 does have 23 lap pressure tires than the 43.
It's Christoph Hall that ran up to the outside there. Lilith Peters running in 3rd. '20 is looking for any way he can get around the 43. Let's go on board with the 20.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of treacherous depending on the braking zones right here. We'll see what happens. Here comes Lilith to the back doorstep of the 20. 20's rotating very good right now. He goes to the bottom. Yep, this is a good opportunity for him to go, and he goes. I think that lead was just given up there. I think that was a good move there by the 43. The 20 was definitely faster. You could tell right there. And here comes Lilith down to the inside for 2nd place.
Yeah, all of those drivers have fresher tires. The 43 last pitted on lap 29. He is the only car out there with old tires. Everybody else has seen fresh tires since lap 52 or better. But good opportunity to lead a lap.
Oh, for sure.
Caution's out again here.
Oh, the 01's around.
Lilith is pointed in the wrong direction. I think Zach Ward possibly also involved. She is missing a nose. Let's take a look and see if we can figure out just what happened. Oh, looks like she overcooked it and then got T-boned by the 7. Having an impact to that right rear quarter panel.
Yep. Tough break.
Let's go back and look at it from her perspective here. Looks like based on those RPMs that she may have gotten on the gas a little early in trying to get out of that corner. And you know how that works here. You're just going to rotate the car all the way around.
Oh, yeah. It's going to do it every time. It's going to do it every time, and that's the treacherous part about it.
All right, we'll see what her iRacing fairies can do about putting that car back together.
Oh, they'll be fine. They'll be able to put it back together just in fun. Just perfectly fine.
Of course. All right. Our 7th caution, lap 85. For pretty much a single car spin with Lilith, but I don't wonder what the damage was on the 7 of Zach Ward. He is back out, but his nose just has seen better days.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll see how that affects the run of that machine. It always does. But, you know, when you have, you know, a short track like this, body damage doesn't really do much unless you have engine damage. So.
All right, yeah, that nose is definitely affected, but as you said, you know, if it's just body damage and appearance, it's not going to matter. But if it's damage, what iRacing perceives to be cooling ducts and cooling fans, then we'll see some potential issues. All right, that puts the 20 of Garrett Johnson back in charge, and lights are off on our pace car. That means we're going back to green flag racing next time by.
Yes, we are. Back to green flag racing at Martinsville is always a good sign. And that pace car is leading the 20 in the 06. 06 looks strong. Teammate not in the race anymore. Looks like Lilith was given an EOL penalty. Not really sure why. But I do see she has an EOL. But either way, green flag back in the air here at Martinsville, and the 06 tried to get down, but the 64 is there. Still there on the inside of that 06, now going into the backstretch and down to turn 3. 64, Cody Sturgill pushes a little bit up, and tight racing. There's some contact. 64 is trying to make his way up in the P2.
Yeah, still staying to the inside of the 06. Good showing by the 64 of Cody Sturgill. He is up 9 spots from his starting position of 12 up to P3. A little side-by-side action with the 27 to the inside of the 18. 18 runs high. That's Aaron Jackson. Sammy Harrell to the inside this time. The 23
yeah, when you get
makes
stuck
it
on
around.
the outside. Yeah, when you get stuck on the outside, Rick, it's a long train. You know, it's hard to get back on the inside line. Oh, car spinning, a little loose there, got some smoke, but all good going forward. Not sure who that was particularly.
So the 18 of Aaron Jackson continue to slip back. Now back to 12th. He's now running right in front of Ryan D. Cook. Got a couple of teammates he's in front of. That's Maurice Burnett as well in the 8. He's got the 4 of Nathan Harper to his outside. So right now it looks like Lilith Peters is currently in 19th. I think she is she is 2 laps down.
Yep, 2 laps down in 19th.
Well, the way that this race has gone, she should be able to get those laps back pretty quickly.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, and you know what? She is back down onto pit road. I think she's got more damage than we had thought.
Well, that changes everything, Rick.
Well, that certainly affects our playoff standing. We bring up that playoff graphic again. So a couple of things to note here. Lilith Peters was sitting in 2nd place, and she may be retiring. We'll see how she can get back out there. But also, let's just take a look. Garrett Johnson, he's currently leading. He is sitting in 4th. Charles Van Scoik, he is in 9th, but charging back. He was leading earlier. Zach Ward, currently in 11th. Ty Bostic is in 6th. He is in 10th here. So, and good showing by Mike Slagter. A good showing from him will move him up. He's currently showing in 5th. So I think after tonight's event, that playoff battle is going to be completely reshaped.
It's almost going to flip, essentially. So Lilith is 6 laps down now. I don't know if she can come back from that, because even if one driver goes 1 lap down, she will not get the lucky dog unless she stays out. So tough break for her and tough break for Peters, but we'll see what happens as this race plays out. Who, gets to the front? We're wrecking on the front stretch. 18 got turned by the 22. I don't think the 18 realized the 22 was there. And we have our 8th caution of the evening.
Pretty good bit of damage to the front right side of that 18.
Yeah, I watched that one on my second screen. I was worried that the 22 had the position up top and the 18 didn't realize it. That brings out our 8th caution. See if we can bring up a replay.
Yeah, he just moved up. See if we can jump over just a little bit to the 22s. Follow them around a bit, as you can see. Good effort by the 18 to try and take that low line and get around the 22. But there was just no room.
Yeah, I mean, that 18, you could see the 22 get a little loose and come down the track just a little bit, but I think the 18 thought he was clear. Just a racing deal for that one. Definitely just a racing incident.
All right, that put the 18 in the pits for a little bit of maybe a little bit of TLC. Here he is coming back out. All right, that is our 8th caution of the night here on lap 103. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Hi, America. Mark Casper, President of Tech4Troops. I wanted to take a moment to say thank you for making 2023 such an amazing year. We completed our mission, and it feels good to have another successful year behind us. But I want to tell you, this year, 2024, is our 10th anniversary. 10 years of doing this mission, and you have been so supportive of us. So I want to take a moment to say, please continue to support us. We're going to have an event or more every month. Please stay tuned in our calendar. Please stay tuned on our social media. Join us in the celebration of our mission and what we do. And we look forward to seeing you and having your support for our mission of ending veteran homelessness through bridging the technology divide. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series. We are glad that you're able to join us here. We are at Martinsville tonight for the Tech4Troops 250. 105 laps in the books, currently under caution for a spin between the 18 of Aaron Jackson and a little bit of contact with the 22 of Ty Bostic.
Well, Rick, really quick, I got a quick question, trivia question for all these folks out there. What year did Martinsville Speedway open? That's the track fact as we were about to go green. What year did Martinsville Speedway open? Green flag back in the air.
We've seen this before. The 20 and the 06 continue to move away from the field. Even on this restart, Christoph Hall currently sitting in third. Ryan Pittman up to fourth. And Mike Swagger. Cody Sturgill.
Yeah. Oh, gets bumped from the 27th.
Yep, Jeff Nerin, a little bit of contact there. Luckily, the field gets through. It was close, happening behind, but minor contact. But that's all it takes.
That's all it takes. And we are now at our 9th caution of the evening, as Cody Sturgill makes his way down pit road.
All right, number of years have popped through. Owl's Nest Sim Racing Team has come back with 1958. Kaiju Cat is showing it as 1948. John, when did Martinsville Speedway open?
Well, pretty good guesses. A very close guess. It was not 1948. It was 1947. 1947. So it's been around for a while now, almost 80 years here in a couple years, which is going to be pretty cool to see. In 2047, Rick, it'll be the 100th anniversary. How wild is that?
Pretty wild. 2047. That's a long time.
Oh, yeah, that's only 2024, so got a little ways to go. But while we're at it, we had another caution, so I guess that means another trivia question for you all out there tonight. This is very technical, so you have to know this track pretty well to get this. What degree of banking is in the corners here at Martinsville Speedway? What degree? I'm looking for a number. What degree of banking is in the corners here at Martinsville Speedway? Actually, my guess for this was wrong. I'm not going to tell you which way I thought it was, more or less, but wasn't what I was expecting. That's all I got to say.
All right. Well, someone guessed 28. That seems significant.
Rick, if there was a track like that, I'd be there every weekend. Imagine a Martinsville with 28-degree banking. Oh my goodness!
I think is that the custom track that iRacing has created. I don't know what the banking is on that track.
I'll tell you in a minute. My statistician. It's more than 30. I know that. Yeah, it's more than 30. That's all I gotta say. I don't see a technical banking here. 36 degrees. There we go. 36.
At iRacing's track, correct?
Yes, at iRacing's track.
Not here. No. No.
That'd be pretty crazy to see. I mean, they would go. You'd have to go vertical pretty quick. I mean, like, it'd be a quick transition from 0 to that amount. But either way, we are about to go back to green here, 13 laps away from half away, now 12 laps away from halfway. Green flag back in the air for the 20th Garrett Johnston, 06.
Garrett's made some moves over the last few races. He's really done well.
Yeah, he's a sleeper. He's a sleeper. He's one. Oh, we're wrecking there. It's Vandertwick. He saved it though.
Still green here at Martinsville. Nathan Harper trying to get back up to the front. He is now up to 10th.
Yeah, great battle. Great battle going on.
A little side-by-side action between the 14 and the 43. That's Mike Slagter and Sammy Harrell. So right now the 14 has got that inside position. That's the coveted spot, in my opinion.
It absolutely is. And you know, while we're looking at some of these corners, let's talk about this and figure out what degree of banking here is at Martinsville. So, no, it's not 28. No, it's not 6. It's actually 12. 12 degrees of banking here at Martinsville Speedway. A little bit more than what I thought. I thought it was going to be, 8 degrees. It's actually 12 degrees of banking here at Martinsville. And we got a comment from Thomas Thompson. Tell Pittman and Ty to get their butts in gear. Well, they're trying. Martinsville's tough.
It is tough. But the 08 of Pittman, he is now up to 4th. Ty is struggling a bit. He's back in 12th. Now, Ty is a playoff driver.
He is.
He had some earlier contact with the 18 of Aaron Jackson. Currently showing in 12th position. Up, caution is back out. Oh.
For the 14.
Well, was that
the 14 that actually?
Yeah, it had to be something. I mean, he's around, but the caution came out before that.
Odd. What in the world happened there?
No clue. No clue. What I do know is our leaders are now coming down onto pit road.
I assume this is going to be, I would guess, 4-tire stop territory and full tank of fuel.
I would guess that is correct. Good stop by Garrett Johnson, 14.72. That's definitely full fuel and tires. Now that is going to be very interesting on how this field sets up, because a lot of drivers did not come in here at lap 122, and the guys up front, Christoph Hall, lap 53, Sammy Harrell, lap 83, Chuck Van Scoik, lap 83, and Ryan Cook, lap 73. That's your top 4. So that'll be the first 2 rows.
Wow. Yeah, this is where strategy kind of goes all over the place, Rick.
Just noticed that Lilith does have a front bumper now back on her car. Her team was able to reattach that bumper and get her back out there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Love to see it.
So Christoph Hall in the 98 will be in charge of this restart. He is the control car. He will have his teammate right there. Pretty much GOAT Racing top 4.
Yep, Go Racing, great showcase tonight.
Now it's a different mix of some of the GOAT Racing drivers. You've got Hall, Harrell, Van Scoik, and Cook now. The 06 is mired in 12th position. Nathan Harper finds himself in 9th.
Well, it'll be interesting for sure. That's all I know.
That it will.
All right, here we go. Pace car dips off. We're about to get green flag back here at Martinsville Speedway, just past halfway. Everybody's minding their P's and Q's right now. We've got a good battle forming up there. 22 trying to go inside right there, the 46.
He is surrounded by GOAT Racing drivers.
That he is.
But he's got position on the 46.
He does with Ryan D. Cook.
But not able to capitalize on it.
No.
And the 46 closes the door. Just past the halfway point here at Martinsville. We thank you for tuning in to the IWM Broadcast Network of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Certainly appreciate you watching.
Looks like side-by-side battle now. 06 gets around the 7 car. That is for 9th place. As that 06 tries to make its way back up through the field. Ty Bostic has the freshest tires. He's made his way up to P5 right now. And behind him are the rest of the playoff drivers. The highest ranked playoff driver is actually the 23 of Chuck Van Scoik, Rick. And this race has not come easy to these guys tonight.
Heck no. It's been a good battle. In fact, right up front, you can see your leader, Christoph Hall, just putting in some good times here. 20.36 last time by. Sammy Harrell, 20.33. Both non-playoff drivers, but definitely a good showing here, especially with their teammate, Chuck Van Scoik, right there. Yeah,
that 23 is rolling the center really, really well.
Yeah. We got on board with Chuck and kind of get a good feel as how he attacks this track.
Very smooth in 3rd gear, now up to 4th gear. Now probably going to go back down to 3rd gear. Looks to peek underneath his teammate there, not quite. What I notice about Chuck is he's not making a lot of sudden movements with the wheel. It's fairly, it's fairly smooth. He holds it, drives off the corner.
Jumping over to Sammy Harrell's car, we'll see the same, motion here. Again, you see that's downshift to 3, upshift to 4. Not quite as smooth as the 23. In fact, you could actually hear the 43 bottoming out just a little bit in his line. And not shifting through that corner, staying in 4th gear. Then we were peeking into some of these drivers during practice. we saw about a mix, 50-50 of guys that would shift and guys that decided not to. It looks to be it's slightly faster.
I think the 23 really wants to get around the 43. It looks like. Even I know they're part of the same team, but that 23 has been hunting the back doorstep of that of the 43. So we'll see how that fares out as this race has gone single file for a long ways now. Appreciate everybody for tuning into tonight's race. Make sure to tune in next week. We'll be on to the last race in the round of 10. Next week we will lock in our third potentially winner into the playoffs. But we may see a non-playoff driver win like we're seeing right now. Christoph Hall, non-playoff driver up front. That means one more driver can make it in on points if a non-playoff driver wins.
Absolutely, and next week we'll be at the classic Charlotte Motor Speedway. That is a 1.5 mile track that you can absolutely get around, and that's a fun track to run.
Oh, the Cody Sturgill got into the back of the 22 a little bit, but that's going to advance Chris Rell up 2 spots.
A lot of action back here mid-pack as these guys are working their way around. They've got the 08 of Ryan Pittman in front, but both the 20 and the 06, trying that 46 kind of puts a move on the 06 there. That's the 46 of Ryan D. Cook. Watch the 22 of Ty Bostic. He's got the 4 of Nathan Harper to his outside. And on the prowl behind is that 7 of Zach Ward. Looks like the 23 has gotten around the 98 of Christoph Hall, and now he is setting his sights on the 43, who has also gotten around Christoph Hall. Go back and see just what happened there. They both made that same pass during the same lap. Get a replay here.
Oh, he drove it in way high.
Way high, and that unfortunately allowed those 2 drivers to slip out underneath.
It happens just like that. And right now we got Sammy Harrell.
Just
up
like
front.
That.
Yep.
But the 20 and the 06 are all over the bumper of the 98 trying to get by.
I don't think that 98 is going to be easy to pass.
A little bit of contact with the 08 of Ryan Pittman and the 20.
'06 and the 98 side by side. '06 goes really low. Here comes the 20 to the inside of the 98 of Christoph Hall. Christoph losing a lot of positions now. He has not been on pit road for a while. Almost 100 laps, Rick. Last time we went down pit road, 53.
Gosh, that would explain a lot. I think Nathan Harper may have some connection issues. His car just blinked. He is still out there, but he may have some connection issues.
Rick, let me tell you something. Christoph Hall might have the winning strategy right here. If he goes down pit road now, and we think a full fuel run is 98 laps. Let's say he goes down here in the next 5 or 10 laps. He could be done. He could be good to go for the rest of the race.
Yeah, he pitted last 53 laps ago. There has been a number of cautions. There's no reason to doubt that won't continue. But yeah, he could not have to come back in at all. He could just stay out.
I mean, I think if you're within the window, pit, and if a caution comes out, I mean, I guess you'd be worried about getting yourself trapped the lap down. So you're risking the possibility of a yellow flag under green. Well, I guess there's only a yellow flag can only happen under green flag conditions. But I think you're risking. Okay, do you think this field can stay green for a full green flag cycle? Which, to this point, it's been a little bit iffy. But I mean, it's a gamble worth taking, because once you see, a caution fall. Oh, he's sideways. He's wrecking. Well, that was a broadcaster's curse right there.
We were focused on him, thinking about what the possibilities were, and he looped it around. Probably a good time to come down and check and change those tires.
Absolutely it is.
All right, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech4Troops? Tech4Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to tech4troops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech4Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series, Tech4Troops 250 here at Martinsville. We are under caution, our 11th caution of the night. Not too bad, 156 laps in the books. Pretty much 94 laps to go in this race. Sammy Harrell will show as our leader. He'll have his teammate, Chuck Van Scoik, to his inside or outside on this restart.
We will see.
If you're just tuning in, number of retirees, not too many, just two. James Lowe and John Ledger have retired. Playoff driver Lilith Peters, involved in an earlier incident, really by herself, came out and maybe overcooked a bit and wiped out her nose and has put her back multiple laps down. But for the most part, the playoff, you can see those drivers highlighted in blue. Top 11 spots are full of 9 playoff drivers. So, yeah, the cream does absolutely rise.
What I'm curious about is also we got a EOL penalty for Christoph Hall for causing that caution, I believe. I'm curious to see how these two old tires are going to fare to all these other guys, and also the fuel, because I think everybody can make it on fuel now. If you went down pit road that time, you have enough gas to make it to the end on my calculations. So that starts with the 4, Nathan Harper.
All right, back underway. Good restart here in Martinsville. Chris Farrell slips under the 23. Gets by. You got Garrett Johnston trying to get by as well. Both of those drivers got new tires on lap 120.
Yep.
Versus Chuck and Sammy Harrell not back on lap 83. So those two drivers have the oldest tires on the current track.
Yeah, I'm going to be very curious to see how that plays into the race. Oh, it's Cody Sturgill's loose out of turn 2. Gets some guy loose. Ty Bostic hard into the wall. 64 hard into the wall.
They're still going, though. Still moving.
98 sideways again into the wall. He stopped. Yellow flag has to fly. He is parallel onto the, or perpendicular to the wall. No caution yet. No caution yet.
No bumper on the 98.
Man, that was, I can't believe there was no caution right there, Rick.
22 is definitely struggling to get back up to speed. Not sure just what the damage is on the 22. He's coming in the pits trying to figure out what is wrong with the 22. I expect to see Christoph Hall make his way down to pit road, but nope, he's just continuing on his merry way. In the meantime, the 20 of Garrett Johnson and the 06 have now moved past Semi Harrow, and now the new leader, the 06.
Yeah, Ty unfortunately won't be able to get a win on his birthday. You hate to see it, but you know, this is really going to shake up these playoff standings, and Martinsville always does, as we have Chris Rell back out front.
Caution's back out. There was definitely something back here with Ryan Cook. Not sure what happened. Let's try to bring up that yellow flag, see if we can see something here. Oh, there's contact. Taps the 8 of Maurice Burnett, sending Maurice around. You know, once that car points in the wrong direction, I think that always is an iRacing flag.
Absolutely.
So this would probably be the last, well, you know, it doesn't have to be, but now with that caution flying, we've got a lot of drivers who are taking an opportunity to come down pit road. Pretty much the bulk of the field now. A couple folks staying out. Garrett Johnson chose not to pit. Jeff Nairn, Ryan Cook, and Marco Berube did not pit. But everybody else in. Pretty much, if you take this opportunity to pit, you're done. You're able to go.
And that's why I like it so much, because it gives you all the track position, and you don't have to worry about fuel. Well, we got under 100 laps to go here in tonight's event. Appreciate everybody for tuning in.
All right, Garrett Johnson, I believe, will be the control car on this restart. And he will have Jeff Nairn alongside. '99 Marco Berube is now on pit road. Still a number of drivers on pit road. Christoph Hall, Justin Horton, Cody Sturgill, Aaron Jackson, and Ty Bostic. I think Ty Bostic is now 5 laps down.
Yes, that is correct.
Marco Berube spun.
Oh no.
Getting ready for this restart.
It happens. It happens. Well, we're back back to double file here at Martinsville, and we are about to be underway again. Here in green flag back in the air as the 20 leads them off. Our field is dwindling down to just 15 cars on the lead lap.
Yeah,
here we go down into turn 1.
Number of drivers who were trying to get back up were kind of caught back towards the tail end of the field. They kind of set them back pretty good bit from these leaders. Now look at Garrett Johnson. He started in P17.
He did.
Oh, that was contact with the 06 into the 20. That 20 is not going to be happy with what just happened. Looks like the 06 of Worrell really went in way too hot in the corner, and that caused him to slide up into the 20, sending him into the safer barrier.
Yeah, that was an aggressive move by the 06. I mean, he dove in there pretty hot, got a little loose, moved up the traffic a little bit, got into the 20. Yeah, that was car sideways there, I believe. That was Zach Ward. Cars all over the place, Rick.
Trying to get a better shot of what happened. Let's see if we can find a replay. So here's where I think the 20 just goes in a little too hot. You can see the smoke as he locks up the tires, shoves the 20 out. Contact with the safer barrier, and that's going to make for a unhappy driver.
Just a little bit.
So I'm not exactly sure just what happened with the 06. May have been locking up his tires, but that has allowed the 27 and the 08 to move up there and start making some moves.
It absolutely is.
All right, so that puts Jeff Nairn as our new leader. Oh, caution's out. Justin Horton, possibly. Yep. This may have been a single car spin with that 39 of Justin Horton. Well, he got a little help. Not much, but a little help.
Just a tad. We've seen a little help from a lot of drivers tonight.
Interesting, the 27 of Jeff Nairn and the 20 of Garrett Johnson, both on pit road. A 4-tire stop for Jeff Nairn. Same with Garrett Johnson.
At this point of the race, I think it's a decent move.
Yep, you've got just under 70 laps to go. pretty much the top 8 all pitted by lap 166. This gives Jeff Nairn, Garrett Johnson, Ryan Cook, Justin Horton, Christoph Hall fresher tires, but just a little bit. I think this is one of those times where in tracks where, fresh tires matter for like the first 10 or so laps, but then they kind of get into a groove and it all becomes a level playing field.
Yeah, for sure. It absolutely does. And that's where, the middle of the run, it's kind of like it doesn't really matter so much, but on the front end and on the back end, it matters a lot.
Yeah. Well, we thank you for tuning in to the IWM broadcast of the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Tech4Troops Cup Series brought to you by Tech4Troops and Goat Racing Diecast. We appreciate you tuning in and watching tonight. Got a great crowd live online watching, but if you also happen to be tuning in on a replay, we ask that you like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll bring you updates. This series is coming to a close. We've just 2 races away past tonight to bring you the exciting finale here at Homestead Speedway. And our Thursday night series is the iNASCAR series, which follows along the actual NASCAR schedule. So we'll be broadcasting them on Thursday nights through the end of the year. Now, after our July 3rd exciting conclusion to season 4 here at Tech4Troops, we'll take a 4-week break while the league runs some other series in the dirt track series, and then we'll be back live with a season 5 of the Tech4Troops Cup Series sometime in early August. So you'll have to figure out something else to do on Wednesday nights for a month.
Exactly. You have to figure out, could be spending some time with family.
Could
enjoy your favorite beverage with a movie.
Yeah.
Or you could do some racing yourself.
Yeah. Or you could just pine, wishing that this series was running, and just gonna build up the anticipation and excitement for season 5.
Exactly. Yep. You set an alarm for when that date comes. I think our first race is going to be the first Wednesday of August. So. For season 5, it's okay. Get your tissue boxes ready for the end of the season. It's that, but hey, we'll be back. We'll be back.
Lilith Peters.
Yes, actually, I think so.
Caution did not come out, but I saw Peters, Sturgill, and Bostic. They have all gotten together a little bit. Lilith's car is looking pretty good after the repairs by her crew.
Yep, 10 laps down. Sitting there in 18th.
So the majority of these drivers have only pitted, well, the guys up in front, Worrell and Pittman 3 times. Nathan Harper, I'm not sure that number is right.
There's no way.
He's been in the pits a lot. We'll leave it at that, but that has, as crazy as it sounds, Nathan Harper is up to 3rd with fresh tires. Gets around the 08 of Pittman and takes over 2nd place.
Yeah, Nathan Harper is on a move right now. He is the fastest car on the track.
Yep. He is peaking at the right time for sure.
39 in the wall at turn 2. 18 gets into the 48 out of turn 2. This race is a battle of the fittest, survival of the fittest. As you see Marco Berube trying to count up Justin Horton.
Yep, 15 cars currently on the lead lap. Justin Horton is the last car on the lead lap. I'm sorry, Jeff Nairn is the last car on the lead lap.
Oh, 48 sideways. Gets it back going right, but the 19 gets into 39. 3 wide out of the corner. This is not going to work. 39 sideways and wrecking on the backstretch. Caution is out. I believe we caught that one live.
We sure did.
14th caution of the evening with 54 laps to go.
All right, so we're going to take a quick commercial break. We will be right back.
Welcome to ImmerseCon, where the future of gaming and technology comes to life. At the cutting edge of innovation, ImmerseCon blends the realms of STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, with gaming. It's a pulsating hub where diverse minds, from casual gamers to industry mavens, converge in a dynamic, groundbreaking setting. ImmerseCon is dedicated to transcending the typical convention experience. Here, every moment is an adventure, every interaction an opportunity to learn, play, and innovate. Join us in this unique journey where the wonders of STEM fuse with gaming, creating an immersive, unforgettable experience for all.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series here, our Wednesday night series. We are on lap 198 of 250, just 52 laps to go. Caution has flown here on lap 14 for a number of drivers who were caught up in that last little incident. But mainly Justin Horton. Justin's seen his bit of challenges today. Number of drivers still on pit road. Your leader in control car at this point is Chris Worrell. Nathan Harper is in second. Ryan Pittman in third. Chuck Van Scoik, Mike Slagler, Zach Ward, Ryan Cook, Jeff Neeren, Garrett Johnson, and Maurice Burnett. That's your top 10 here on lap 199. We'll probably be taking the green flag probably about lap 201, so that leaves us 49 laps or so to go.
And, you know, I'm very curious to see how the differentiating strategies are going to work because, you know, our tire is going to mean that much if we have a slew of cautions. You know, I mean, we've had a lot of cautions so far. I mean, with the way that we're trending, we're going to get maybe 3, maybe 4 more. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out as this race unfolds.
All right, lap 201. Lights are off on our pace car. Be going green next time by.
'06 at the point. Nathan Harper right back there. See if he can maybe get the job done. Off of turn 4, and we green flag back in the racing. 48 laps to go here at Martinsville. And look who's made his way up into the top 6. That's the 14 of Mike Slatker. Talked about him a little bit earlier. He is battling up there. Potentially could maybe secure a nice top 5.
Side by side with the 7 of Zach Ward. Good for Zach. That car's got some front end damage. We saw that earlier. And he seems to have been able to do well by it. So Chuck
now we got
Van Scoik battling with Ryan Pittman. That's the battle for third.
Battle for third is on. Ryan Pittman down low. Chuck Van Scoik concedes that spot for now.
There was not much gap between the bumper of the 08.
Oh, 48 wrecked. 48 wrecked off the front end of the 8 car. Brings out our 15th caution of the night.
He may have had some help from the 8 of Maurice Burnett. And interesting, Chris Worrell, your leader on pit road, as well as Marco Berube, Sammy Hero, and Cody Sturgill.
Interesting.
Just 44 laps to go.
Yeah, I mean, is this another, hey, I'm going to see if I can make this fun race for that car? I mean, I'm curious.
Well, that's going to put him back, I think, around 12th.
That seems about right, yes.
Well, you know, if you wanted to challenge yourself, that's the way to do it.
At this track, I don't know if I'd do it. I don't know if that's a track I want to challenge at. I want to stay up front and, you know, not have to worry about it.
Well, that definitely opens a door for Nathan Harper. He is currently playoff driver and currently in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
He could certainly use this opportunity. Bringing back up those playoff drivers. You know, Nathan Harper, he is currently sitting in 10th. He is pretty much last. A win here would just vault him over and completely upend this playoff picture.
It would.
By the time we go back to green flag, there'll just be 40 laps or so left. With a track like this, that will go pretty quickly.
It'll go quick, and I'm curious to see how this is going to work out for some of these drivers, especially the drivers that did come down pit road. I mean, are tires worth that much, you know?
We're about to find out. Pretty much everybody in the top 5 pitted on lap 166. Everybody behind them pitted on lap 197, 183, making them significantly better tires.
Absolutely. And we got Nathan Harper out front, Rick.
Oh, 27.
Oh, wrecking in the back, that's 46. For 27. Oh, hard hit for the 97 of Berube. And we are wrecked again. Caution number 16.
That accident involved the Cook, Narin, Sturgill, Berube, all involved. I'm thinking that Jeff Nairn tried to avoid contact with the 46 and actually spun himself.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
Flirted with those barrels. Big damage by the nose of the 48. And that left Marco Berube with no place to go but into 27. All right, number of drivers on pit road. All those drivers who were involved in that incident have now made their way down onto pit road for possibly some tires or repairs. And we will get this restarted.
This time, nope, not this time.
Nope. Kaiju Cat Motorsports posted Martinsville races having single-digit cautions challenge. Impossible.
Yeah.
Well, I get it. Again, it's a tough track.
It is.
Yep. But luckily our field was a little bit tight tonight. I think a number of drivers basically said, "Okay, this is not my track, so I'm not gonna get in the way." We did, John. When did we broadcast that Thursday night series at Martinsville? But that was a full field. I think we had 37 cars, and it was even more challenging.
Yeah, it was definitely more challenging. I don't remember specifically when that was, but that was a very, very challenging race, to say the least. So I'll have to take a peek at that and see what we find. But
sorry, that was April 4th. We broadcast that with our Thursday night league, and yeah, tough.
It happens. It happens. It's short track racing, and we're back to short track racing here with just under 35 laps to go. 3 wide, maybe, not quite. The 20 gets under the 6. 23 is loose on the high side. We got some 3 wide action potentially, as we see guys now diving deep into these corners. This is when this is going to get a little bit chippy, as they would say.
The 20's moved up and is side by side with the 6. You saw that they had an earlier incident among them, which caused the 20 to wind up in the safer barrier. There may be a little bit of chatter between those two drivers.
A little bit of a, hey, how's it going? I'm going to go by you. Okay. But a little bit, different language, potentially.
Now, we did talk about Chris Worrell, going back and getting fresh tires, which he did at lap 205, and he now finds himself up to 7th. He was
car sideways, 39. Justin Horton around.
Brings out our 17th caution. And he finds himself in the pits.
Well, I figured we would have a few more, just with the number of laps we have left, and
Yeah.
naturally,
With 30 laps
the race
left,
being dwindling down.
If you extrapolate your trends.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we're running just around 13 laps average. So at least 2, potentially 3 more cautions. Or not.
Yeah. Who knows how many we're going to have? Well, Rick, at this stage of the race, if you're the leader, what would you take, inside or outside lane on the restart?
If I'm the leader and I don't have a buddy, then I'm taking inside. I want to protect that inside as best I can. You can't get shoved up the track by someone diving down beneath you. I want to hug that spot, and I don't want to mirror drive because that would be the death of you automatically, but I certainly am protecting that inside line.
Yep, I agree. I'm right there with you.
All right, coming up to just probably almost 26 laps to go, I think, by the time we get this restarted. Looking back, Chris Worrell is now up to 7th, I think. Number of these cars look like the walk-in wounded. They're missing some fiberglass, or it used to be sheet metal, but fiberglass. So Nathan Harper just blinked on us.
Yeah, that is not good. You do not want to blink it.
Now we're near the leader, and oh, there we go. Good move by the 4. He jumped out to a good lead. We're watching Van Scoik and Pittman battling side by side, and no, then the 20 dives down low. There's going to be contact.
Oh,
big contact. We're wrecking. We're going around.
Oh, the whole field right there. We're still wrecking. 43's got the 7 sideways.
Spun.
Not sure why you would. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of Ross Chastain and Kyle Larson.
Yeah, there's going to be some hurt feelings after this incident. I think that started with the 20. Do you agree?
Yeah, that started way up there in the front for sure. Go back and take a look at this one. This one, a lot to unpack here. The 20 gets into the 23, but did the 20 have anywhere to go?
No, he's side by side with the 7. 23 is up high. He's got that position. The 20 has a good run and really just kind of forces his way in. I think the 20 had the right to hang that and hold that position. Goes around. Let's jump back a little farther. Now it's just a real mess. 98 comes in, runs into the back of the 7, spinning him. Now, here's what I don't understand. The 43 clearly knows that the 7's sideways in front. He just kind of bulldozes his way through.
Yeah, and like doesn't let off the gas.
No.
I mean, keeps on going here. Keeps on going. Keeps on going. Keeps on going. And there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Yeah.
Very, very odd there.
Odd, yeah.
Either way, though, that is our 18th caution of the night now, with just 23 laps to go. 23 laps to go. Rick, you know, if we go green, that would be about, what, 4 or 5 minutes, depending on if we, if we get the green maybe here in 2 laps, 20 laps, 3 laps a minute. 5-6 minutes there.
Could be just 23 laps to go. By the time we go back, it's not going to be much at all.
Not at all. And, right now, looking at this field, Nathan Harper up front, and we're starting to see those playoff guys start to make their way back up to the front. So,
Owl's Nest Racing Team said, I wish, patience. All good drivers here need patience, need to pace a little more, restarts, see some patience. Patience. I don't think we can spell that word right now with just 22 laps to go. There's a lot of guys who just want to get up front.
Rick, if we had a dollar for every time patience ran through my head during this race, oh man, we'd
have at least $18.
At least 18, that's for sure. Green flag back in the air here with 21 laps to go. We have Nathan Harper out front. You have the 06. Now we got some drivers driving in there fairly hard. We'll see how this race is going to end. Here comes the 06 to the inside of the 4 down into turn 3. He makes his mark known, but here comes the 8 again. Back on the inside of the 4.
That's fresh tires, lap 205.
And
caution's out.
Lilith Peters around. Peters spun on the exit of turn 4.
Did you have some help? Nope.
Just looped it.
Just looped it around. Okay, so that's going to take off potentially 4 to 5 laps off this caution. Unless the admins shorten this caution up, but no one's in the pits, so I take that back. Lilith Peters is in the pits.
Might as well.
Yep. So good showing so far for Ryan Pittman. He is now has found himself up to 3rd. Pretty much the meat in this playoff driver's sandwich. The 18 of Aaron Jackson. I think he now potentially finds himself back on the lead lap. All right, we're going to take one more commercial break. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a way to safely and securely dispose of your old electronic devices? Why not donate them to Tech4Troops? Tech4Troops is a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to bridging the technology gap for in-need veterans and their families. The donation process is quick and easy. Simply go to tech4troops.org and click on the donate link at the top right-hand side of the page. Scroll down to access the Give Back Box link. To create your shipping label, click Add to Cart and complete the checkout process. The shipping label is good for up to 50 pounds. You can recycle most standard shipping boxes to send in your devices. Oh, don't forget the power cords. Give new life to your old technology by responsibly recycling with Tech4Troops. Help save the environment and support a veteran.
All right, welcome back to the Tech4Troops Cup Series. Just 16 laps to go. Probably by the time we get back underway, there'll be 14 laps to go here in Martinsville in the Tech4Troops 250. Just a few laps left to decide who is next. Now, interesting strategy here. Chris Worrell has already notched a win. If he wins again, somebody could get in next week. if it's different than Chris, you could have 2 drivers getting in just on points.
Absolutely. Oh, the 43 just barreled in the back of the 7.
That may go back to that earlier incident because they were together spinning around that previous wreck.
They were, but we're green flag racing here back at Martinsville with 14 laps to go. 43 is the back doorstep of the 7. I don't know if that 43 is going to lift very much.
Yep, in his rush to get there, he overcooked that corner, sending him back behind the 64 of Sturgill.
Yep, the 08 got very loose in turn 1. Oh, came back almost into the 14. We're sideways, 7 sideways again, hits the 43. We're wrecking 8's involved, 48's involved.
That may have been something besides just...
No, and we're still wrecking, Rick. Well, the 43 made the commitment cone, so that's going to be a pit road violation, isn't it?
Yep, should be.
At least from what I mean, it may be the barrels here on iRacing when it comes to that, but that we saw that one, I think, pretty close to live. We'll have to go back and take a look at that one. As we see the 43 making its way back around, you see the 64 dive down pit road.
43 is in a lot of hurry, skipping. I'm curious to see what's going to happen here.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see black flags. I don't see any black flags yet. I see a meatball flag for the 48, unfortunately. But yeah, let's go take it back and look at that replay.
Take a look back at that replay.
And this started way up there with the 7 getting loose because he saw the 3 wide action here. You see he's already following that car there a little sideways. Here comes the 64 and tries to miss him.
Yeah, he just goes around with no help, just his own momentum that sends him spinning. That happened right in front of the 43, who hits the 64, no place to go. And they're doing a ballet up the front stretch, the 8 of Maurice Burnett. 48 gets involved.
And if you heard me refer to meatball flag, what I'm referring to is a black flag with a red circle in the middle, often referred to as a meatball. And what that means is iRacing has deemed that your car has too much damage to continue around. If you don't come down pit road and fix that, you will be black flagged and disqualified. So when we say meatball flag, that's what we refer to.
All right, 9 laps to go. Chris Worrell out front. Nathan Harper second. Chuck Van Scoik third. Now we won't get back underway for at least 2 or 3 more laps. So it's going to be like a 5-lap shootout. Very interesting.
Interesting indeed.
Lights are off on the pace car, which means, oh no, they're not. Thought they were.
Oh, we're not going green. Not going green. That's some EOLs given.
What do we know, John? Who got some EOLs?
It looks like Lilith Peters, Zach Ward. I believe that is it.
All right. Lights are off on the pace car, so next time by, we will get back underway with just 6 laps to go.
6 laps to go. Here we are. About to see what can happen here on this restart. Chris Farrell is the control car. We got green flag racing back here at Martinsville. Now 6 laps to go.
5, 6, you're close. It's door to door with Nathan Harper and Chuck Van Scoik. Those two are battling, obviously, for position. Oh, spinning.
Oh, we're sideways. We're wrecking.
The 14. The 14 spun the 98 of Christoph Hall, but we're still green.
I think that might seal it for the 06, Rick.
Yeah, there's that the 4 cannot catch him unless he makes a mistake.
Now 4 laps to go.
We questioned his judgment coming in at lap 205 for that pit stop. I will not question it again.
I will not either, but what I am questioning is we got a car up into the outside wall in turn 3 and turn 4. And the 4 is sideways and wrecking. Here comes the 23. Oh, hold on, almost sideswiped. Oh, there's so much to track. Oh, no, we got the 99 around, 99 sideways, kind of. Still going in the right direction.
But what we do know is that Mike Slagder has found his way up to 3rd.
How in the world is that happening? I can't keep track of it all. What I am keeping track of, though, is that 06 just has one more corner to make until this race is official.
White flag is out.
White flag is out for the 06 of Chris Worrell. Locked himself into the playoffs last week, possibly going to win. I think he will win back-to-back races here in the Tech4Troops Cup Series. 06 is sliding out of turn 4. Chris Worrell brings home the win. Chuck Van Scoik in second. Mike Slatker plus 11. Tied for the second biggest mover of the race, finishes in 3rd.
All right, we'll get you the official results in a minute. But congratulations to the 06. All right, great finish by Chris Worrell. Results are in.
Alrighty, Chris Farrell getting the win in the night's Tech4Troops 250 presented by Tech4Troops and Goat Racing Diecast. Chris Farrell in P1, Chuck Van Scoik in P2, Mike Slatker in 3rd, Nathan Harper in 4th, Ryan Piven in 5th, Garrett Johnston in 6th, Cody Sturgill in 7th, Sammy Harrell in 8th, Ryan D. Cook in 9th, and Jeff Narin in 10th.
All right, in 11th, Zach Ward, 12th, Christoph Hall, 13th is Marco Barubi. In 14th is Maurice Burnett. 15th, Aaron Jackson. Philip Vandertwick is in 16th. Ty Bostic in 17th and 18th. Lilith Peters, 19th. James Lowe. John Ledger in 20th. And Justin Horton finishes in 21st. All right, looking for Mr. Mike Slagder. Join us in the booth. Wow, what a great finish for Mike. Mike, congratulations.
Hey, appreciate it, Rick. Good to see you, buddy.
You too. We were talking about you at the beginning of the race, talking about the dedication you have to putting those paint schemes together, and we were talking about you during the race. I think we may have did the old broadcaster's curse, and and then something happened. I don't recall exactly what, but
somebody overshot the entry of the corner and sent her on into the wall. Yep.
Well, that never happens. But here, look, congratulations on this P3 finish.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. It was just get through the attrition, get to the end, and I mean, if you're there at the end, you're lucky enough. So I'm ecstatic, especially having everybody finish ahead of me. All the playoff drivers finished ahead of me in a row last week. I was the last one, so I needed this one.
Yeah, absolutely. And really, there's going to be a pretty big shakeup. We were just kind of talking during the broadcast about the point shakeup that will occur because there's a number of drivers who may just be shaken up a bit. So yeah, good
I
for
mean,
you.
yeah. I mean, it's feels really good to be able to survive it and hopefully put myself in a good position for next week.
Absolutely. Any shout outs tonight?
Yeah, first and foremost, my team over at Southern E. You guys, for all you guys do, Tech4Troops, Goat Racing, all the drivers involved. Everybody keeps this thing going, man. It's it's so much fun. I know I can speak for a lot of people when I say we really look forward to Wednesday nights and doing this. So thank you guys.
You got it. All right, there's your third place finisher, Mike Slagter, and we'll see if we can bring in our second place finisher, Mr. Chuck Van Scoik. Whoa. Chuck, we're going to need a button to bleep that out.
Oh man, well yeah, I definitely did. Mike had a quick interview. Dang man, Chris was asking me a question, and then I started going off, and I should have had my soundboard up so I could have been like, what the but I didn't know you were pulling me in, so there you go. I apologize.
No worries. Well, great finish coming back up to P2. Absolutely.
Yeah, I was just taking my time. I wasn't pushing anything. I don't think except for one time, I think second or third to the last restart when I started outside row 1, I tried sending it in and it got a little loose, so I just let off and let people by. And biggest thing is you're going to get loose. You just got to, at that point, take whatever position losses you're going to take, get the tires back under you and keep going. I had a 0X until the, I almost got turned there, going into 1 on a restart or second lap of a restart. But yeah, all in all, it was good. For Chris, it was, when he went in and pit, I was pissed at first because I was like, well, if he wins, I don't have to worry about too much of points, and then after I saw him coming up through the field, I was like, well, yeah, he's got to win. He can take that chance. There's no way I would have went into the pits and tried to go through that jungle back there when I need the points. When you got a win under your belt, you're good to go. And then once Christoph kind of got turned behind me there, and I kind of had a gap. I wasn't even going to push Nathan. I was just going to take third, and then Nathan overshot it, and I got second. So once I saw there was a gap behind me, I wasn't pushing at all. Wouldn't have got to Chris because he had fresh tires, but Nathan would have got second, but he got a little loose there.
Yeah, we saw that, and we said the same thing in the booth, and we'll talk to Chris about it when he gets in here. But yeah, the same thing. This is a huge gamble to just, pit on lap 205 and try to make it back up with 45 laps to go. But hey, it worked out for him.
Yeah, I mean, the next round's the final race. So, I mean, whether he wins 1 or all 3, it ain't going to matter if he finishes last in the you know what I mean? So there's no advantage for him to win more. But there's also, figuring he got the win last week, there's no disadvantage of just doing off-schedule stuff. I thought about it. But, my luck, I was deciding tonight whether to start in the pits. That's what took me. I was the last one to grid. I was still 50-50 or run where, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to just try to stay up front as much as I can and see how that goes. And it worked out for once. Whatever I pick usually is the wrong thing, but tonight it worked out.
Well, congratulations on that. Any shout-outs tonight?
Yeah, to you guys, IWM, to Tech4Troops, to Elliot. I bet, and I'll have to. I bet he thought tonight was going to be much worse. There was 20 cautions, but I thought it was going to be more than 90 laps of caution laps. But I thought racing was pretty good. Tempers got a little out of hand at the end. But yeah, my drivers at Goat Racing Diecast, and then my drivers Sammy, Aaron, Ryan, Maurice, CJ. Christoph, all those guys. You see their car numbers. You go to my website, goatracingdiecast.com, put Goat Racing and the number of one of those drivers I mentioned, and you get 20% off. I will be uploading some things, and hopefully, John, we got something possibly coming up later with that, but we'll worry about that once we get all the, the particulars out of the way. But other than that, and then my wife and my son and my daughter over the weekend, we redid my room. I got so much space for activities in this man cave, so I'm pretty proud of it. So,
all right, well, congratulations on your finish, and we'll see you next week in Charlotte.
All right, sounds good.
All right, that makes us move on to our winner, Chris Worrell. Congratulations on your finish.
Thanks, Rick. How you doing, man?
We're doing great here. Tough track for a lot of drivers tonight. I will be the first one to admit I was second guessing you on your pit stop at lap 205. Like, this guy has got a not a death wish, but certainly you want to challenge yourself. You're going to run in through that field to get back up. But heck, you know what? Those 35 or better lap tires and your driving made a difference.
Well, honestly, I'm really surprised more people didn't pit there because usually, you're going to want at least, between 40 and 50 laps. That's considering if there's going to be a bunch of cautions or if it goes green flag to try to, make your way back to the front. So I was honestly surprised that no one took tires there. From my point of view, I feel like that was the perfect time. I took my last set there and just, throughout the caution, just like slowly picked people off, through each caution, and I was there at the end, to be able to restart out front, which helped a lot, obviously. But I think that there definitely gave me the race. I mean, it practically put it in my hands. I feel like, it just really surprised nobody else pit. Was getting close to the end, but it might have been a lot different of an outcome, I feel. But it was a fun race. I'm not down on the race at all. I think we did a lot better than, what I was expecting. Usually you run any league races here. I mean, you don't get any green flag racing in. So
yep.
It was a good job from the league. We had a bunch of good racing there. There at the end, it was a lot of cautions. But, if anything, it helped me out. So I'm not going to complain. But, yeah.
All right, well, definitely congratulations on your win. That puts 2 notches in your belt in this second round of the playoffs. Next week is Charlotte. What do you think about that race?
It's probably one of my favorite tracks, so should be fun. I'd like to give a shout out to Aunt Mary for watching. Shout out to my teammate. I had an incident earlier. It sucks. He got out of the race. He's so fast here at this track. I hate that he wasn't able to finish. I feel like you'd definitely be talking to him right now. But Tech4Troops being the best sponsor in the league, and iRacing. You guys for putting on a great broadcast. Elliot for being an awesome admin, and the rest of everybody racing tonight. Congrats to everyone.
All right. Well, congrats, Chris, on your win. And as we wind down this series, just really 2 races left to go. Looking forward to seeing you at Homestead.
Yeah, should be fun.
All right, John, any wrap up, any parting words tonight?
Gotta say, congratulations, Chris, on another great race, great win, and congratulations to Chuck and Mike getting on the podium, and make sure to tune in next week for the Tech4Troops round 2, a round of 10 finale. That is going to be at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Whoever wins that race, if it is a playoff driver, will lock themselves into the championship race at Homestead, and also. If a non-playoff driver wins, you're going to see another driver get in on points. If Chris wins again, go 3 for 3, you're going to see, even another driver win and get in to the championship 4 on points. So make sure to tune in next Wednesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time here on the IWM Broadcast Network to see who's going to be your championship 4.
All right, folks, that's it for us here at the IWM Broadcast Network. Good night, and take care. We'll see you tomorrow.